All right, I'm gonna start things off with a Sarah Angel here. Woodborne Behemoth isn't bad, Divination's pretty nice, Tidebinder Mage can be pretty strong, but no way I'm passing Sarah. So I've got Undercity Troll versus Unholy Hunger here. What do you think about this pick? What would you take here? Unholy Hunger? That makes sense. Removal's going pretty highly. It kind of sucks because then I have a 5 mana card with 2 white pips and a 5 mana black card with 2 pips, but well, okay. So now we have Initiate as a pretty good card, the Shimmer Scale Drake as another nice one. There's also Colossopede. Wasteland Scorpion is probably the next best one there. I still think Initiate is just like solid here, like good card advantage, and I don't know. Okay. Well, Ladev Champion. This makes 1/1s for 5 mana. Is that right? Yeah, it's kind of a lot, but maybe still good enough. There is a Selesnya Guildgate. Kind of wish I had taken that Troll, but I don't love Dowser of Lights enough to pick it here, I don't think. And I have 2 Vigilance creatures with the Ladev Champion too, which is kind of sick. Yeah, I think I'll try the Ladev. I haven't played green-white once yet in this format, which is pretty unlike me, but I do enjoy when I can play green-white. Okay, Royal's Retribution. Attacking or blocking creatures. I think that card's going to be pretty nice in this format. Otherwise, there's like a Shadow Glider here. Just a totally acceptable card. Better than a Career Griffin, I think. But I do think I'm supposed to take a white card. And a white expensive interactive card is going to be harder to replace, I think, than something like the Glider. So, and we can also like hold up the Ladev ability or the Unholy Hunger, depending on what we go into. Okay, well, I guess we're playing green-white still. There's also Divine Verdict and Colossal Dreadmaw in this pack, though. Those would also be nice for us. And I mean, this is just 3 mana, 2/3 mana dork, so maybe I can do better. But it feels like I'm in the right colors regardless, so that's something. If this were a troll, I'd be really happy. I could try to take the Divine Verdict and only commit to white, but then my deck is just like all clunky removal. I think I should take this. I think fixing is pretty good in the format. It's kind of a signal that my colors are open. It helps me cast my 5 mana spells faster. I think I'm sold. Ooh, okay. Not gonna pass an Extort card. It's gonna be a lot better than like the Tiger here. Yeah. Okay, well, we have some some other types here. Unmake the Graves, not a bad card. Nimbus of the Isles. There's also Caves of Koilos. I could take this and then, I mean, I can't really splash on Holy Hunger, but I think this is really bad, and I think this is too, I think the Tyrant's Machine is a little too slow. So I guess I should take the mana fixing here. Seems like a pretty reasonable choice over like Unmake. Well, I guess I can take, I mean, Auramancer's okay if you can pick up some removal spells that hit the graveyard that are also auras, but most of those are black. So that's pretty difficult. I could take like a random cancel, or even maybe a plummet. Maybe I should just take the plummet if I'm supposed to be green. I'm in the right colors for Auraman. Okay, I'll take it. I don't think I'll play it, but we'll see. So now we could take Tactician or Orchard Spirit. I think, I mean, I really like having an invasive body like this, but I actually think the Tactician's a bit better for me right now. I have like 0 4s and a bunch of 3s and 5s. And if I end up not in green somehow, then I'm really going to be happy that I took a white card. So I think this is all pretty reasonable. Yeah, so I just don't have like the bottom of my curve yet. I don't really care about any of these cards. Guess I'll take this. Sure. Okay, wow. So we wield the Guildgate. I think that's extremely good for me. The Vine is whatever, and the Glaive, I mean, is not going to do anything in this format. but I'm surprised someone didn't pick the Guildgate. I think that is a higher pick in a format like this. Okay, take a random aura that we can at least die to. We can't die to a 1/1 ingest. All right, so we're supposed to be green-white, but that might not stop us from playing black here. We'll see. Ooh, or we could be red. What else is in this pack? There's a Gretchen, which I love, but definitely can't take. What does this do? So it just makes devils. Okay. I mean, I have to take the Planeswalker, right? Doesn't matter that red wasn't open at all. It seems like the thing that makes the most sense to do, and then I just maybe splash some of my green cards or something. I don't know. Splashing for mana fixing doesn't seem like the plan, but passing a Planeswalker doesn't seem like the plan either. So what's in this pack? Nothing? Nothing red, huh? Not taking clunky Lava Axe. So I guess this is just going straight to the sideboard. I can take this card, which is pretty reasonable. It makes the Auramancer pretty good. I can take the Lucro Coda, which is a pretty decent card as well. I do like the idea of making the Auramancer good. This is 3 mana 2/3. It's kind of whatever. The green cards are pretty mediocre, so I think this makes sense. Like the Giant, you can easily get punished by tap effects, and the Lucro Coda is like fine. And really, like if green is super open, one of them should just wheel anyway. So, well, now we have this pack, which has a bunch of 6 mana uncommons. Some of them are red, so maybe the Zariel's back on the table. We'll see. We have Satyr Wayfinder and Fierce Band Tromper, if we wanted to stick to the plan here, but those cards are not very impressive. So it's like Pinnacle of Rage or Thunderbrute, I think. Maybe we are going to splash for ramp and fixing, huh? Curve is getting pretty high. I do think it's one of these. I don't think I should go take the Archetype. I think it's the Rage, yeah. I mean, it's a good one. I don't know. I had Thunderbrute the other day. Like sometimes it like won the game and sometimes it just like eats a removal spell and you lose. But I think this is a pretty reasonable choice. Triumph of Anax. This is one of the bad ones, right? Ooh, I have Omen of the Dead for my Auramancer if I'm supposed to play black, which I like. I think this card's pretty bad. Yeah, this card is bad. Yeah, this is one of the bad ones for sure. So I can take 4 mana 3/4. I can take Flicker of Fate. I don't have any combos or anything with that. I think I'm supposed to take the Omen. Try to play an Auramancer deck. There's also Agonizing Remorse, which is fine. Naya looking strong so far. Well, it's not really on plan here if I keep taking black cards. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing from this pack. It just seems like, well, okay, and then we get this one. And now I guess I'm taking Boros Cluestone. Okay. So I guess I can set these aside maybe for good. There's Punish the Enemy, there's a Boros Cluestone. So the Cluestone fixes my mana, which is pretty important. I would also love to wheel a Guildgate, but maybe I'm just supposed to take Punish the Enemy. I already have a lot of things to do on turn 3, so ramp and fixing on turn 3, like even though like it would be appealing, Cluestones aren't the strongest. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll figure out what we're supposed to do here eventually. Wow, now there's a Benalish Marshal. How far can I stretch my mana, huh? Okay, so there's Keldon Raider, which is pretty much whatever, or Benalish Marshal, which is really hard to cast, but really good. There's also Aether Glider. I think I should take the Marshal, even though it's hard to cast. Oh, wow, now we get a nice Dreadhorde Twins. Yeah, this deck is actually kind of coming together, even though probably shouldn't be playing Naya. If we get the Cluestone back, I'd be pretty happy, I think. This thing, we passed an Act of Treason. The Silver Wing, nothing special. This card was always like a borderline playable. But I think this is like pretty reasonable stuff. Okay, now we have our choice at our first 2-drop here. We can Royal's Retribution, targeting our Phalanx leader if we want to, or Punish the Enemy or Pinnacle of Rage it. So I think basically I shouldn't be taking it. And even though I would like Combat Tricks, I think I should actually just take a 2/2 here, as much as that kind of sucks, because I mean, I have 0 2-drops. That seems pretty self-explanatory, right? Pretty intuitive. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to play a Boros deck now. Okay, Jaded Sellsword, medium playable. There's also Spiked Pit Trap. I already have some 4s. This is like okay, right? Yeah, this isn't too bad. Okay, 3 mana 2/3 is fine. Better than a random Lava Axe. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Getting, well, we can have a bad 2-drop, or we can have, I probably need the 2-drop more, as sad as that makes me. This card's pretty good, though. We have one more pack to pick up 2-drops. Okay. Okay, there's your Flicker of Fate. Oh, okay, another playable. Can't really complain. Kind of a weird deck, but it's not horrible. The main problem right now is the curve. Well, how about a Flamewake Phoenix? That's a reward for taking a more expensive card, huh? There's also a Windscarred Crag in the pack, though we didn't wheel the Cluestone. This card's pretty good. It really does push my mana, though. This could be like potentially 18 land Boros, which is a pretty funny idea. This is a 4-power creature with the Flamewake briefly, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind red being open in this direction now. And just like that, we now get a Chandra's Revolution. There's also an airdrop Aeronauts, Audacious Infiltrator, and Ghirapur Osprey. So I'm thinking, like, I really would love to wheel the Infiltrator, and let's say other white drafters take the flyers, then it's pretty likely to happen. There's really nothing else exciting in the pack for red. So I think it makes a fair amount of sense to take this. So now this isn't the mana fixing we want or need. I guess we're taking a Pegasus here, which is pretty reasonable. So Judge is familiar, doesn't really do anything. The Key Rune ramps me, but I'd rather just play an extra land. I'm not going to be splashing green, I don't think. In the Lobber Crew, I mean, I have the First Blade to trigger it, I guess, but I think we'll be okay here. Yeah, I think we're okay. Kind of weird, there's a Villas, but Moorland Inquisitor is a pretty solid 2-drop, and we can pass the Smuggler, Captain, and, well, and Captains, I guess, without feeling too bad about this. Pretty mediocre pack overall, other than just the random Villas there, which is pretty good if you can cast it. Most people probably can't. Ooh. Ah, we get the really bad version, huh? Probably still good enough. Have to pass the Skyblade of the Legion here, but I mean, even the version of Glorifier that costs a lot of life, or whoops, the version of Sarah Angel that costs a lot of life is going to be good for us. I think we might be in the 18 land Boros territory. Okay. And yeah, now we see what? Turn to Slag? Yet another expensive card for this deck. We could go with a dub. I don't really think that's the game plan we have here, though. Secure the Scene is pretty poor. Legion's Judgment. I don't think I really want a card for the sideboard, so yeah, I guess we're just going to keep taking these really clunky ways to deal with creatures. Okay, there's a bad 2-drop for you. Ancestral Statue, I don't think really does anything, and Volcanic Rush is a little expensive. Green's still looking open with this Stampeding Elk Herd. Gotta wonder if it was all worth it, just for the silly Planeswalker. Okay, this doesn't do anything. There's another green-white duel going pretty late. Starnheim Courser, definitely an upgrade over some of the cards here. I love that it reduces the cost of some spells, and unfortunately it doesn't look like it reduces the cost of anything that I would actually need it to. So that's kind of a bummer, but still not going to complain about 2/2 flyer. Okay, mana fixing is looking excellent from this spot. Was really hoping that would wheel. This thing is fine, and this one, you know, is whatever. Wow. And yeah, we have an upgrade to our 2-drops, or maybe just an additional 2-drop, or another Starnheim Courser, if you will. But I think the curve is going to necessitate another 2-drop here. So getting some good wheels, but yeah, we want like 17 lands minimum with this deck. And we wield nothing from this pack. Presumably no one is playing Izzet. Just take a random Izzet Charm. If you're monocolor, this card is pretty decent. I don't think it's going to be good enough here. Take a Squad Captain for the sideboard, I guess. Yeah, these cards are both very unexciting. Okay, there's the dub. I mean, that doesn't really give us a different game plan. Big Boros, you like it? This deck is not amazing, but definitely capable of winning games. The First Blade, kind of like the Tactician, is another card that can turn on the Flame Wake, and this can do it relatively easily with other random cards in the deck. I think you're right, this is one of the weaker cards, and then I could cut like this, bring it in against the aggressive decks or something where they force me to block. I think this is pretty reasonable. Maybe this is just worse somehow than Lightwalker, but I don't really know. Maybe it's worse than the Alseeds even. I think I could actually see that. You'd consider the 18 land plan? Yeah, I kind of think I have to play 18 lands here. With decks like this, at least my experience has been, I trophied with a deck like this too. It said it was green, but it was green with no mana ramp. It was just like big Simic. And I just like cast my expensive spells by hitting land drops, you know, the hard way, the old-fashioned way. So I guess that is something I can try to do here. It's just going to be, it's a little more dubious with Boros, I feel like. I think I probably want a 2-drop, even if it's a really bad one. Do I have anything that can put a counter on this? I don't think I have a single card in my deck that can put a counter on that. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I do want to have something to do on turn 2, I think. I think this format's just too fast for me to leave that card in my sideboard, unfortunately. So do I want 11 white sources? 11 white sources and 8 red sources? Or do I want 9 red sources and 10 white sources? I feel like 10 is a lot. I think this is good enough. Like, I think I would cut a mountain if I didn't have Flamewake Phoenix. But I have a lot of double red. Like, almost all my red cards are double red. So I think this makes sense. And I don't actually have... I think I might have less double white than I do double red. But I do have the triple white, of course. That's like the... that's the important one. Okay. Well, this deck is definitely interesting. This is one of those drafts where it's like you were like on a plan, like I was committed to white. I was going to go into green or black, probably green because it seemed more open. And then I just opened a Planeswalker and it like semi-derailed the whole thing. I mean, that's how it goes. Okay, well, triple white and yeah, nothing. So I think this is a pretty clear mulligan. Okay, this hand also has multiple 6-drops, but I think it has to be a keep. Probably, should I get rid of Pinnacle or Thunderbrute? I guess I have some expensive interaction, so I'll keep the Thunderbrute and get rid of the Pinnacle. I don't know. Oh, Experiment 1. That's a pretty scary one for me, I think. Like, the Pegasus can probably block it at some point, but if they just have like a good curve here, yeah, I might just die. If I hit a third land, then I think I'm in pretty decent shape with Basilica Guards to block. This blocks at least one of their creatures, so that's something. Okay, drawing Mountain is pretty decent. I actually probably shouldn't have run out this Pit Trap yet because of the Basilica Guards. It's probably better to just hold it, try to get an Extort later. That said, if I draw land, I might end up in the spot where that isn't something I'm willing to do. Okay, so take 3, that's fine. Okay, you have literally no reason to attack with a 2/2 there, but okay. Yeah, well, I guess I might end up in that exact spot where I mentioned it's better to run out the trap. So I'm in trouble to most combat tricks here, I think. Like, if they have some kind of mass pump, there aren't too many mass pumps in green, though, but I feel like they probably do have a combat trick here. I could go 1/4 on this, 1/3 on that, and then they have to use a trick to save their creature, which, yeah, I think I prefer that because this way I take 1 fewer damage, and if they want to save their 3/1 lifelink or whatever, then they have to put, like, basically it's worse to play a trick there, is what I'm thinking. Okay, that was weird. They just did that with nothing. They have like more, nope, okay. I'm really, really confused now. Okay. I could have played the Phoenix there, but it seems like I still have to play defense. I think that was the right play on my part, and then they just had nothing. Like, was I just supposed to put the 1/4 on the 3/1? I don't really know what happened there. Okay. So they can remove 2 counters from this to regenerate it. So I'm just going to double block. I don't really know what the opponent's up to. Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, well, I still don't really get it, but that's fine. So now I think I will go to my post-combat main and then play this Flamewake Phoenix and then pay for the Extort. And I'll try to trade for one of their things. They're probably not going to attack into this, and that's fine. Okay, this is probably going to evolve this, right? This is just too expensive not to. Oh, Wolfkin. Sure. Okay, so we can just pit trap that in a second. Okay, this is a great trade for me, so I don't know why you let me do it. Yeah, so now I think I'm winning. Yeah, especially with the land there. Okay, what are my other options? I can create a treasure token. That doesn't really change anything for me, right? Except makes casting the Thunderbrute easier. So I guess I'll just do this main phase, just in case they have anything they could get me with here. That's fine. Okay, no treasure token for me. I still think we're ahead here with 2 cards in hand, even minus 12 life. Okay, this is fine. I guess I will, well, I should try to trade here, so I'll do that. Put this one on like this, doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, how about a Sarah Angel? It seems pretty good. I do have a 4-power creature, but unfortunately no. Will not be choosing to do that. It might be better next turn to just take the damage from, or this turn to take 2 damage from one of these, and then next turn I can go like Inquisitor, pay the 1, and then pay the 1 for the Phoenix, and then start blocking with stuff. No, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I just want to play the Inquisitor here. But yeah, I think it's pretty difficult for me to lose currently. Okay, so there's cycling that. And unleashing that. Sure, so good news is it doesn't just like brick wall this. Yeah. Okay, so now we can play Thunderbrute or we can play the Tactician. Might as well just play the Brute, I guess. Nice to cast a 6-drop eventually. Okay. So, just gonna try to kill you here. I mean, I have a Vigilant blocker. No, let's leave this thing back. There's like no reason to attack with this, really. Okay. I imagine that's game over, yeah. Yeah, that opponent had some really, really strange plays, like attacking with the 3/1 lifelink. I thought that like guaranteed a combat trick, but I guess they just had nothing. Still worked out decently for them because I played around one. It reminded me of when I was playing against Newmont the other day, and he saw my hand, and he saw that I had a combat trick, and he like made this attack knowing that I had a combat trick, just like counting on me not using it, and he was right. Yeah, I think we're just running it back, or this is the kind of matchup where we want that kind of chaff, I guess. Okay, this is pretty good. Like if I find the 3rd planes, this hand is pretty much great. So let's hope that that happens. Okay, well there's a 5-mana card. Yeah. I'm glad they don't have the Experiment 1 and no 2-drop for them. Ooh, and we did find the planes. Okay, so this might just be like game over. If they don't have any removal... Oh, they have Aggressive Urge, cycle on my Pegasus. And I get to play like good 3/3 into mediocre 3/3 here. Oh, and I can try to trade. That's probably a good trade for me, right? So I guess I'm not attacking anymore. Just going to try to trade my Pegasus for their 4/2. And if they have instant speed removal, I do basically lose the game, but, you know. I will attempt to do this. Please don't get me. No? Okay. Okay. Now I got to briefly make a 5/5, but then it's just going to be on defense here, so it doesn't really do anything. But I will attack with my non-5/5. Soldier Tribal, or is this a knight? Oh, it is a knight. Probably should have known that. Yeah, I guess pretty clearly if you look at the art, you can see the horse, so makes sense. Maybe we punish this next turn, we'll see. And now if we find any 6th land, the Thunder Brute comes down, which is pretty good. Okay, let's see if they have anything here. Sure. So I think I still just want to punish that. Basically, I'm taking the hit no matter what, right? And yeah, now if they have a second creature, I might just go for a Royal's Retribution. They attack me, I'll take the hit. I'll try to go for a Royal's Retribution and get them here. Seems fine. Like, I don't really want to trade my creatures. I want to start trying to use my removal. Okay. If they have some kind of combat trick, I could be in trouble, but I'm not even too worried about that. This is like a 6/6 minimum. And I'll just do 3 and 2. I don't really know what I should be playing around, but okay. Apparently I shouldn't be playing around much. Oh, there's the Phoenix. That's nice. And I have exact mana to punish and get the Phoenix back, and I have a 4/4. Ooh, that's pretty decent for them. Okay. Well, I think I should be Thunder Brooding this turn. Thunderbrute is pretty big game here. Okay, they have elected to take 10. No. I mean, they can also just trade for my 4/4. But, like, I guess they could have drawn into a trick here. Not too sure. Feels like this is just pretty safe all around. Yeah, okay. All right, well, guess you just jam 18 lands in your big Boros deck. Okay. I think that thing is going to be punished. And that one, I don't care about as much. Interesting. Yeah, so I think looks pretty lethal to me. Okay. All right. Well, the Coma's Faithful milling like our 1 graveyard synergy card is pretty convenient, not gonna lie. Okay, playing Gargantuan Turtle. That's kind of what I am here. This looks like a keep, even though we are missing triple white. Still a pretty decent hand. Okay. Gotta respect gain land go. Though, a little less respect for the second mountain here. Definitely less respect for the third mountain. Whoa, they're playing a bunch of colors. Okay, I'm fine trading the Lightwalker for their summoner if they would like to do that. Well, I guess I probably just want to play Tactician anyway. I know. I do have until the 16th, so apparently I'm right, and I do have a little more time than I thought, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm fine with this. It's not good for me, but I'm fine with it. Trade your 2-drop for 2/3 of their 3-drop. Yeah, what is going on here? Hopefully... Oh, okay. That's... I guess that's fine if I go for a Banalish Marshal. I can also just punish and attack for 3. That's probably just better. I don't really want to give away my only pressure here. Yeah. No, they have some kind of trick. Okay, well. Guess I'm fine trading this. Doesn't really get much better for me, right? 4 colors splashing giant growth, though? Like, what are they doing? Feels like something I could easily lose to. Just because with these excess lands, like, my deck isn't really doing as much here. Oh, my opponent's 2-0, splashing giant growth. Yeah, we are definitely dead. Okay, this is 4 mana, 2/5. Sure. It's pretty good. Okay. Well, hopefully we just draw one of our angels or something before they can cast some unbeatable 7-drop or something. Because I think that's what's in my future, right? Just some super expensive card that I can never beat. Okay, a morph. Well, it's still possible that what I said is true. Flame Wake. Okay, that's pretty decent. Even have the Infiltrator. I don't think I have any card advantage in the whole deck. Yeah, no, I guess that's this deck's one real shortcoming, huh? Which means that I can just hold the land here. Like, no real reason not to. Feels like they have something here. No, they do have something. Is it like a morph on statue? Okay. That's pretty good for them, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to be in trouble here. I don't know what this morph is. It kind of determines the game, I feel like. Well, along with their cards in hand. We can still mostly get out of this just by drawing an angel. Okay. If this puts a counter on this, maybe we could be in trouble. Taking damage from both of these. If this attacks, I'm not blocking it either. But if they just don't attack with anything, then okay, well. I don't know what the morph is. I think it's going to be bad for me. I guess I can just find out. Even Sunstriker. So that's like a... Okay, this card. So they were going to... Oh, yeah, that was going to be pretty good for them. I was probably just going to die to that. Okay, good to know. They were going to eat my Phoenix and then just start punching me for a bunch of damage. It's a pretty timely draw, not gonna lie. Probably just attack with everything, okay. Well, what do they have here? Some kind of blocker. Something expensive. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to trade for one of these on D. Okay, this is a pretty good draw. Actually, this is a very good draw. It stops their 1/1s and blocks their 2/5. So that was like one of the better draws somehow. I guess most things, well, maybe not most things would do that. Okay. Let's just draw a spell, please. Nope. Would love to draw something here. Something juicy. Feels like they're floating too. Okay, they're not going for an attack all, which is important. Spell, please? Okay, that's a pretty good one. Means maybe we're back in this. Blocks the centaur, can gain us life, and it can kill them. Okay, opponent's still drawing lands. No attack, like that. Really wanted a spell there, though. Not sure when the 1/3 is supposed to start serving, but I don't think it's yet. We're getting pretty close. Oh, they definitely drew a spell from the way they paused. No? Okay, well, they didn't play out a land. Interesting. Okay, so what spell of theirs am I supposed to play around here? I guess my play is just... I think what I'm supposed to do here is Pinnacle the Spirit and Pinnacle their face. And that combined with the Extort and 2 flyers should be enough to kill them. Nice. Okay. Well, we'll never know what their spell was, but we did get them in game 1. Gotta love the big Boros versus 4-color matchup. Okay. So if there's ever a time we don't want the 2/1 vanilla, it's probably right now. What would we want? We could consider a squad captain. Oromancer, we could we could do this, but I think that's not very good. We could even do this. That's also probably pretty bad. I don't really know what their late game is, but I haven't seen anything that's felt unbeatable so far. Maybe we just want like a chonky 5-drop. The more lands you play, the more you win. That's the lesson here. Let's see. I think it's pretty reasonable to just turn this into a 2/3. It doesn't really change that much. And this prevents damage to target creature this turn. Okay. I kind of want to be on the draw in this matchup. Is that is that odd? Okay, well, guess we're about to find out how odd it is here. Still gonna flash in the pit trap. Okay, well, opponent's trying to play a more aggressive game plan. We'll see if it works. They are going to have to exert if they want to get through this. Easy trade here, I think. Unless they have a giant growth or something. No, they have nothing. Okay, well, if only this were 3 mana, huh? Also, if only we could draw planes for our 5 mana cards. Please just don't play anything. No. Okay. Well, there's a planes. I think I have to jam this thing, even though this could go wrong relatively easily. So I make a devil, which would trade for the front half of this. Even if they have some kind of removal, it doesn't kill this, so that's kind of my thinking behind playing it there. I also then have Glorifier of Dusk next turn. Okay, yeah, that's not a huge deal. Okay. That one was kind of a huge deal, though. So they used it to reset their white mana. Got it. Okay. Well, that Justice Strike is now one they're not using on the Glorifier. I can Chandra's Revolution their flyer and tap their red land. That seems like it might be better than playing the Glorifier. I think I like that because they've shown me a giant growth. I really want to lock down their mana. Yeah, I think it's probably good enough here. Definitely ways this can go wrong, but try again with the devil. They have some kind of trample trick they could get me. But I think there's some good value in just trying to slow them down here. And like, here's the thing. Let's say they spend a pacifism or something, clearing this devil, and then they kill my planeswalker. Then I play Glorifier, and I have a bunch of removal to back it up. So I'm probably still winning. Okay, they play the Morph, which last time was the Double Striker. And no attacks. Okay, love that. So I could just trap the Morph. I don't think this is ever getting through 2 devils. I think an attack is probably not a great idea currently. But I think killing this makes a lot of sense. Because my thinking is like what if they just had the giant growth again? This thing is in play. It's probably just the safest play to do this. And it's, yeah, it's the Sunstriker again. Okay. Okay, well, block. Sure. And a 1/4 vigilance. Okay. So now I think my play is Glorifier of Dusk, and I'm just going to plus. I think that's fine. If they have a pump spell, yeah, I just think that's fine. Ground blocker isn't doing too much right now. And if they have some way of clearing this, then the plus keeps this alive. Actually, the haste, I might as well pay 2 life for vigilance, huh? Okay, I like the no block. Makes me think there's no giant growth in my future. Hey Crackshot, good to see you. We're playing Big Boros here, and we have a Planeswalker in play. We're trying to bully the opponent with it. So far it's going pretty well, but we'll see. Couple expensive removal things here. Okay, that cannot attack through the Glorifier. Let's see. So I probably pay for Vigilance again. Question is which Zerial ability do I want to use? I could plus, but I think I should probably just 0. Yeah, let's pay life for Vigilance. Let's go for an attack. We can Retribution if they go for a double block, which is pretty good. It's not even like amazing, but it's pretty solid, I think. Okay, and if this happens, I think I should actually just turn to slag this, and then just make a deuter. And then next turn we can do some like play 2 creatures and plus shenanigans or whatever. Like, this thing is just pretty dumb. Okay, that's another good one, but probably can't beat the Retribution still. So doing this and plussing doesn't seem very good, so I guess I'm doing Vigilance again. Yeah, I guess I'm just doing the same stuff here, huh? So pay 2 life for Vigilance. Okay. And now I think I have to leave up mana for this Retribution. They can pump this. Doesn't... Well, if they pump twice to try to kill the Zerial, then I can go for the Retribution. And that means that a giant growth doesn't even save it. So this is pretty suspicious, but I think this is really good. Also, they can't pump twice. Well, now they can. Yeah, so I think we're getting them here. There's so many walkers in this, it's crazy. Absolutely. Ooh, Sarkin. Doesn't lose loyalty while he's a plane. Okay, well. I guess this should not... Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I don't really care if this thing takes 1 damage. But yeah, just proving your point here by having Planeswalker. Oh, they could have a giant growth here, huh? That would be rough. That would definitely be rough if they had the giant growth too. That would be like probably game losing. So I guess I can chump this to kill the Sarkin, and I'll trade with the wolf, and I'll try to kill the outcasts. That's reasonable. Or I could put 1 in front of the wolf, deal 1 to the wolf, and 3, or whoops, and 4 here. That's probably a little bit better. Like just block like this. Yeah, I mean, stuff can go wrong for sure, but... Okay. Get that crap out of here, please. And I still have a Planeswalker. Okay. I think going for the haste seems pretty good here. Just trying to kill them at this point. Just choose itself. Let's haste them up. I guess that's trying to threaten lethal here too, isn't it? Wasn't really thinking about that, but yeah, apparently that's good enough. All right, so opponent was 2-0, 4-color Giant Growth Sarkhan deck. Maybe Big Boros deserves a little more faith. Okay, this hand is pretty bad, but I think I have to keep it. On the draw, multiple 2-drops. Yes, I have a bunch of uncastables, but I am playing 18 lands, so should get there eventually. Well, double red 6-drop off the top is not exactly what the doctor ordered. Okay. I guess I just play this. Should probably just play this because... yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy if they trade. Like, this card's obviously very good in their deck. But I guess it didn't matter too much. All right, well, the Pine Cone is going to start beating us down, but we get to peck in for 1 here. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. So yeah, this is the Pine Cone for anyone unfamiliar. You can probably see how it got its name. If we find like another mountain, I think we're in pretty good shape. We can't punish the Pine Cone. Okay. Bit of lag here, not really my friend. Sure. So this has reach, so my 1/3 should not attack, notably. Oh wow, and they have Renegade Freighter. Okay, so Retribution's going to be key here, but let's just hope we draw a castable spell. Nope. All right, so yeah, we're basically dead. I mean, this can hold off that, but this is probably just going to be crewing this. So we can like trade here. But yeah, no, we need land drop number 5. And if we don't get that, then we're basically dead on the spot. I wouldn't be too unhappy with the 2-1 with Big Boros, but you never enjoy losing a finals. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, never winning this, I guess. This is... yeah. Never winning this. I take what here? 11? Well, I can't afford to put this opponent on the draw, unfortunately. I don't think there's a way I can stay alive, and I didn't even draw the 5th land. Okay, I don't think that hand was a mulligan either. I think the opponent just kind of had the nut draw, and we didn't really do anything. So let's see. Dub on the one hand can get 2 for 1, but on the other they showed me Grotesque Demise, and this puts my creatures out of range of that. So that's kind of interesting. Otherwise there's like a 2/3 which could block, but I think Dub is may be an important part of my game plan against this deck, and I can cut like a Thunder Brute probably. Could also play 5 mana 4/4, but I don't think I really want to do that. Yeah, let's just try it like this. There's a chance they could have a hard time with Dub. Maybe I'm wrong and it'll be not a very difficult card for them, but that's what I'm hoping. Okay, this is pretty good. Just short, really, a turn 3 play from being excellent. Okay, well, land is something, but I would prefer spells at this point. Okay. Yeah, now I'm kind of in dangerous territory here. Just any like trample creature would be really bad for me. Okay, Pinecone again. I can try to double block that. Double blocks with devil tokens don't actually work well if your opponent knows how assigning damage works, but that's kind of a gambit that you have to have in this spot, I think. Like, I think I just kind of hope they don't. What I mean by that is if they don't kill my devil, then my devil can't kill their Axebane. But yeah, punish the enemy, once again, not going to work on that thing. This is not a very good matchup for me, that's for sure. Time to find out whether they know how it works, or whether they have a combat trick, I guess. They did spend some time there clicking, maybe. Not ideal. Oh, they're going to use a trick. Yeah, you didn't need a trick for that. Pretty happy that they used that. Hopefully, yeah, nice. They didn't have anything there. So now I think I'm not too worried about Extort. I'm just going to cast some spells. Let's see. No, I would not like to put a bunch of counters on that. You may gain some life. Okay. What is the ultimate on this thing? At the end of the first combat phase on your turn, untap target creature you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. So if I can attack, then it's good. But I can't attack, so I was hoping it would be like an act of treason kind of thing. I'm on mobile in bed, so I'm not that chatty. All right. Well, opponent decided to concede. I have no idea why. I don't think they were dead, but they decided to concede, so we'll take those. I still think Dub is good against their deck. They haven't shown me anything that would really beat it. And yeah, I mean, we can't really get that good of a curve on the draw, which is unfortunate, but I mean, we'll see what happens here. I did cut a 6 drop, so my curve is a little better. Mana's still not great, but... Oh yeah, by the way, Jakob, I don't know if you saw my message, but I hope that there's going to be a way... This is a keep, but it's not amazing. There's going to be a way for you to share your VOD with me. I think you should be able to download it and send it to me, because I think I can download my VODs. That's what I've done in the past. And then from there, I can turn it into a YouTube video, which would be sweet. Because, you know, I may have not made it into the finals, but we did have, you know, one of us from the podcast do that, so. Okay, Death Toucher, sure, that can trade with Lightwalker. Gonna need some lands here. Preferably at least one mountain in the near future. This is like the easiest trade of my life. Nope. Opponent says no. Okay. Basilica guards. We might as well attack here too. We're not really beating down. Wow, they traded. Okay. They have a pine cone for me. That thing. Okay, it's pretty good. All right. I don't think it really changes anything here. Let's just play the Dreadhorde Twins. See if we can trade something for the Avatar. We'll take a trample damage. We also have a trampler, I guess, but probably not for long. Sure. Okay. Well, I guess we're taking 5. That's not the end of the world for me. Okay, well, punish the enemy is pretty decent here. We get to click no to this, we hit an X3, we hit back for 4. I think we're in the driver's seat. We have another 2 removal spells in the back. Like, not too bad. Yeah, that thing we don't care about too much. Ooh, how about that actually? That's a great draw. Yeah, let's just drop the Marshal now. Okay. That's pretty annoying. Guess I'm supposed to take the 7. It's not too bad for me. I get to start gaining life. I assume this is attacking. Yeah. What do you have for 3 mana? Okay, that thing. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to turn this to Slag. Possible I shouldn't have played out the Marshal because they showed me the Grotesque Demise twice. But we can trade 2 damage here. Like, this Extort thing should just basically win the game for us. 2 damage for one of theirs. And now we have... Okay, no. Gain some life, whatever. If we draw the land, then we can extort this. Don't think this is a good race for you, but we'll see. All right, so yeah, let's... Feels like we're pretty far ahead right now. Could easily change if they have a Grotesque Demise on the... Oh, they do. Exactly. Why do I say things like that? Okay. Well, that's still pretty good. In fact, I think it's good enough for me to jam the 2/2s here. Would have loved getting 2 extorts, but I mean, this is, I can't complain about this, right? This is a good spot for me, I think. Close game. We don't think they have lands. At least not multiple. Okay. If I can dub this flyer or something, it'd be pretty nice. Get a vigilant attack in. Okay, that's not horrible. Yeah, 3/2 vigilance is actually looking pretty great here. Because now they kind of have to trade, and then it just comes back. Well, not yet, I guess, but it's going to. Okay. Kind of annoying, but not horrible for me. Wow, how about that? That's a good draw. Yep. Maybe I'm not even supposed to make that trade. Actually, I'm probably not with the Glorifier. So they should probably scry one here. See whether they top it. Top would be annoying, that's for sure. That said, they don't know that I have basically a lethal threat here. Card on the bottom. Okay, love that. So we could try to get them with a big attack next turn, but I think we're just going to try to kill them with this Glorifier instead. This has been a very like attrition-based game. Lots of like 1-for-1s and also the Dreadhorde twins making a couple bodies. This thing will make a couple bodies for me. This should be a scoop though. I imagine that's what the pause here is. They're just kind of salty. Like they do have a reach creature, they can chump with it. They kind of have to chump with it, but they don't know their top card. So you'll try to download it tomorrow. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, I think downloading it is probably going to be the easy part. Sending it is the part that I'm worried about. I just don't know how that would work. Tap on tap. Seemed like they were in a hurry to do something, but then maybe not. Oh, come on, opponent. Do something, please. They attack all. I go like 2/2s on this. 3/1 on 1/3. Or wait, no, that doesn't work. I guess I could put 1/2/2 on this. 1/2/2. Oh, okay. It feels like a bit of salt to me, if I had to guess. Okay, nice. So the opponent just scooped. We got there with big Boros. All right.